This is the liver flush. It helped me do this. And it's helped my clients do this. I'm not gonna lie, the liver flush is a pretty darn serious cleanse and detoxification technique that works really good to detoxify the body. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys everything you need to know about the liver flush. How to do it correctly, how often you should be doing this, when's the best time to do it, and I'm going to go over all the commonly asked questions and concerns. So for those of you who are new, my name is Rob Stewart. I'm a skin health coach. I've been coaching for over a decade, and this is video 3 of a 5-part master class series. If you've missed any of the videos, they will be linked down in the description box. So far, we've covered the coffee enema. We've also covered the salt flush. After this video, we're gonna cover all of the other autophagy practices. And then in video 5, I'm gonna put it all together in a master class cleansing detox schedule that will give you everything you need to know about how to fit all of these cleanses and detoxification practices together into one holistic methodology. So let's jump right in. As I said, the liver flush, which is also known in my circles as the liver gallbladder flush, is a big boy cleanse. It's a 3-day cleanse. You're not cleansing for 3 days, but it takes 3 days for the cleanse to unravel. And then on day 3, that's when you have a huge cleansing effect. Now, I want to be very clear before I jump into this video. There are other liver flushes out there, and this one is slightly different. After working with thousands of people, we've refined this process down to the most simple and effective way of doing it. So, you're gonna need high quality raw apple juice or high quality raw apples. Any type of variety of apples will do, except green apples or Granny Smith apples. The green ones just don't work. You're also gonna need 4 tablespoons of food grade Epsom salt. And yes, it does need to be food grade. You're also gonna need half a cup of high quality extra virgin olive oil. A little bit about olive oil. Do not get olive oil that is in plastic container. It's fake. If it's in plastic, it's not real. It needs to be from a tin or it needs to be in glass. If you can get it directly from Italy or an Italian source, might be a little bit more expensive, but it's well worth it. There's a lot of fake, crappy olive oil out there. You want to avoid the fake, crappy stuff. A quick note for you guys, I'm out sunbathing, and as I'm editing this video, I realized I forgot to tell you that also you'll need a full organic grapefruit as part of the ingredients. On day number 1 of the liver flush, you want to eat as many apples as you possibly can. You want to probably get in at least 10 full apples. A little bit more is better, like 15 to 20. I know it sounds like a crazy amount, but we're trying to load malic acid into the liver, into the gallbladder, into the system, and that helps with the bile production, and that helps with the flush on day 3. If you go the route of drinking the juice, you're going to want to drink at least 64 ounces of high quality raw apple juice. If you want to juice your apples at home, that's probably the best way to do it. So one of the questions that I get a lot for day 1 is, do I eat any type of special diet? No, you want to eat your normal, healthy, customized diet along with the apples or the apple juice. Obviously, you're eating a ton of apples and taking in a ton of carbs, and that will change your macros, and you'll probably be eating less of the other foods. That's perfectly fine. You're not trying to stuff yourself. On day 2, you're gonna eat a normal breakfast. The only thing you're gonna consider, or the only thing you're gonna do rather, is eat a breakfast that's a little less fat than you normally eat, focusing on high quality proteins. If you're someone who does a carnivore diet or a keto diet or a animal-based high fat diet, low carb diet, you're just gonna wanna cut back on the fatty cuts or cut back on the overt fats you're putting into that breakfast. This helps the bile production, and it kind of lessens the burden on the liver as we go through the process. At around 2 o'clock, you're gonna be done eating for the day. That's it, except for the smoothie that comes later that day, and I'll get to that in a second. So at 2 o'clock, no more normal food. And around this time, you're gonna wanna make your Epsom salt mix. 3 to 3.5 cups of high quality water mixed with 4 tablespoons of Epsom salt. Put it in a glass mason jar, shake it up, put it in the fridge for later. So at around 6 p.m., you're going to take a 3/4 cup of that salt mix and you're going to drink it. I'm not going to lie, it tastes like absolute garbage. You want to try to power it down. It's perfectly fine to add some like vitamin C powder or squeeze a lemon into the salt mix once you are getting ready to drink it to make it taste better. 2 hours later at 8 p.m., you're going to take another round of a 3/4 cup of that salt mix. So here's where you have some wiggle room. At 9:45 or 15 to 20 minutes before your normal bedtime, you're going to take a full grapefruit and you're going to take the skin off it and you're going to put the meat into a blender. Then you're going to take half a cup of the extra virgin olive oil. You're going to put that in the blender too, and you're going to make an olive oil grapefruit smoothie. Sounds kind of nasty, but actually it tastes pretty damn good. At least I think it tastes good. It's kind of like a smooth, delicious salad dressing. It's got a little sweet, got a little tart, got a little fat. It's actually pretty damn good. Drink that down. Drink it fast. You don't want to sit and labor over it and drink it over like a 10 or 15 or 20 minute period. This is not something that you want to sip on. You want to gulp that sucker down. Now here's the crucial part. As soon as you are done drinking that smoothie, go directly to bed. Don't dilly-dally. Don't watch a bunch of shows. Don't do a bunch of chores. Drink the smoothie as fast as you can, then go to your bed, lay down, and go to sleep. When you lay down, do your best to lay on your right side down, and try to fall asleep with your right side down. It's a kind of an important step. It gets the juices and the energy into the right area. Hopefully you have a really wonderful night's sleep, and when you wake up on day 3, you're going to take a third round of the Epsom salt mix, 3/4 cup. Wait 2 hours, and then take the last round of the Epsom salt mix, another 3/4 of a cup. After that last Epsom salt mix drink, somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes, you are going to feel a strong urge to go to the bathroom and take a big poop. And that's when you want to just go and release the demons. It's perfectly normal on day 3 to have a ton of poops throughout that morning and even sometimes throughout that entire day. Your body is flushing a lot of junk out. Sometimes, not for everybody, but on a rare occasion, the poops come after the first salt mix of the morning. So if that happens, you still want to do the second salt mix on day 3. But if it does happen, just know that it's not abnormal and doesn't really mean much. Also, I want to let you guys know that the entire instructions will be down in the description box so that you have a checklist so you don't have to memorize the entire video. Gracias. And obviously it's a 3-day cleanse. The first 2 days really don't matter. They really won't affect your life too much except for prepping and eating all those apples. Day 3, especially if it's your first time or you're new to this, you want to make sure you're scheduling that day on a day that you do not have anything to do. Especially anything in the first big block of the day. Like maybe if they have something to do at night, cool. But I would suggest that your day 3 of the liver flush, you make it a completely day off, a day where you can chill, where you can relax, and you can be somewhat close to your bathroom so that you can relieve your bowels as much as they need to be relieved, because many times you will be pooping all freaking day. You might be peeing a lot. You're going to have to use the bathroom. So plan accordingly. This is pretty important because you don't want to do the liver flush too much. You just can overdo it. In your first year of cleansing, or if you're new to healing, this is something that's new to you, in the first 6 months, you want to do it 2 times. So basically once every 3 months, and you want to space it out as much as you can. Then in the following 6 months, you'll want to do it 1 more time. Then for those people who need it, they feel like they want it, they've had a good cleansing session doing this cleanse, they just feel called, and in their intuition they're like, I need to do 1 more. You can do 1 more before the first year ends. So in total, what you want to do for most people is do 3 total liver flushes throughout the first year. Some people can get away with doing 4. You just want to space them out evenly and as much as you can. It's that simple. Also, just to reiterate this is one part of a bigger cleansing methodology. There's the liver flush, there's the salt flush, which is different than the liver flush, and there's the coffee enema, there's autophagy practices, and then there's putting it all together in a big schedule. I'm going to give you way more details on how to schedule all of these things as a system, a step-by-step system, in video 5, which will be coming out pretty soon. I'm putting out all these videos in sequence as fast as I can. And so stay tuned for that one, because that one will help bring this whole thing together. I want to talk about the commonly asked questions and the concerns that I get when I post stuff about the liver flush online. And this is what comes up a lot for new students of mine. So let's jump into it. Question number 1 is, I've read that this is not safe. Is it safe? So I've been doing the liver flush for 20 years now. I've never personally had a single issue with it. Also, I've worked with over 2,600 clients, and I've done the liver flush with them literally thousands of times. And I've never had anybody had an adverse reaction or get into some type of medical problem from doing the liver flush. So is it safe? From my experience, it's absolutely safe, as are all of these natural cleanses and detoxification practices. With that said, and this is a big caveat, if you have read a bunch of stuff online that scares you, if you have a bias that this cleanse might be bad, if this cleanse makes you fearful or scared, or you have a negative opinion about it, don't do it. The placebo effect on healing is ultra powerful and ultra strong, and you do not want to sabotage yourself. You do not want to think yourself into having such a bad experience that then it negatively affects your health. So if you're scared to do it, then just skip it. Like I said, there's a ton of other cleanses, detoxification practices, autophagy practices that you can do instead of this. And if you don't do the liver flush, it's not going to stop you from healing. With that said, the liver flush is a very, very powerful tool and helps the detoxification process big time. That's why I do it. Next question is, will I feel sick? And the true answer is yes, you might feel a little sick, but most of the time people don't feel sick at all. Like I said, I've done a ton of these things, and sometimes I felt a little run down and tired afterwards. At worst, I felt like I had a really light cold. You might feel like you have a really small hangover, and this might last 1, 2, or 3 days at the very most. The liver flush is a powerful cleanse. It's moving a lot of toxins out of your body, and sometimes that detoxification process can kind of wear you out. On the other hand, as many times as it's done that to me, it's also made me feel light, totally energetic, totally cleaned out, and literally on day 3, boom, I move my bowels, and boom, high energy, feeling like $1 million. So you kind of have to have in your head that you might feel a little crappy or you might feel great, and either way, it's just kind of part of the game. Next question, do gallbladder stones and liver stones really get flushed out of your system? I heard that that's not true, and I heard that the liver stones or the gallbladder stones are just fat deposits, like little fat buildups that connect with the olive oil and then flush out of your system. Here's the thing, and for those of you who have sensitive ears, I'm going to get a little graphic. After the liver flush, I have had everything come out of me. I've had stones, I'd have fat deposits, I've had mucoid plaque, which other people also say is fake, but when you have picked it up out of the toilet and seen it with your own eyes, it's as real as donkeys. I've had old calcified looking poop that it literally looks like it's 100 years old. I've had food particles. I've had all sorts of things, mucus, all sorts of weird looking stuff. And I've had a lot of parasites come out of me. So the poop will be filled with bile and poop and all sorts of backed up weird toxins that have been lodged and stuck and calcified in your system for who knows how long. It will look messy. It will smell bad. It will be rancid. And do the stones come out? Of course, I believe that stones come out. I have siphoned through my waste and seen the stones. The stones and the fat deposits, they do look similar, but they also are not the same. The fat deposits are mushy, and you can literally, if you have like gloves on and you pick one up, you can mush it And the stones are these hard, teeny tiny little bits. So do stones come out of you? My honest answer is who cares? It's all of this junk that's stuck inside of you is now out of your system. And that's all we're really looking for. And that's it, my friends. That's really everything you need to know about the liver flush. It's truly a pretty straightforward process, and people do get intimidated by the fact that it's a 3-day cleanse and that it's ultra powerful. But as you can see in this video, the steps are very clear. The steps are very straightforward. And all you really have to do is plan on day 3 being a day where you poop and you do your business and you just really have a kind of a chill day. So if you guys have any questions that I didn't cover, please leave them down in the comment section and I'll do my best to get to all the relevant ones. Like I've mentioned in this video, this is a series. So in the description box, I'll link the past videos, part 1 and 2, and stay tuned for and subscribe so that you get notified when I put out videos 4 and 5 later this week. Also, this is part of a bigger system that I use to help people overcome immune-related health issues, nervous system issues, and we do primarily focus on eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and rosacea, helping people heal that. But this system works for overall health. If you need help implementing those things, or if you're just interested in what the online course looks like or the coaching, there's links in the description box for everything. Much love, you guys. I hope this video makes sense to you. Again, leave your comments and questions down below in the comment section. And I like the old school way of YouTube, so give this video a thumbs up and remember to subscribe and share. I'll be back with many more videos really soon. Peace.